morning, everyone. Should we have our seats, please? Good morning, good morning. How's everyone feeling today? All perky and enthusiastic for the day, I hope. It's a beautiful day outside. Yes, the haze is there, but it's nice and cool today. So I'm quite thankful for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin approximately a couple of minutes from now. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if any of you would like to come to the front of the hall, as you can see, we have seats available, just a few in front. If some of you would like to come to the front of the hall, don't worry, we won't bite. We appreciate your presence. Let's make it a nice, cozy atmosphere for everyone to get to know each other. Okay? Don't be shy. Please come in front. Yang duduk belakang sana tu, turun depan sikit. Don't be shy. Those of you sitting in the back. As you can see, it's a beautiful and cozy atmosphere here today, and we feel very blessed to start this just a moment from now. So as soon as I get the go-ahead, let's take today to the next level.
Okay, then I have to pass. My phone is not here. No, it's on now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Still can use the previous slide.
shall we begin?
Previous slide is not there.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or perhaps today I should say buongiorno, everyone. Buongiorno. Please permit me to introduce myself. My name is Vishal JC, and I am absolutely thrilled and honored to be the Master of Ceremonies for today's event. Now, before we begin today, let's just discuss what today is all about. As you can see, it's called Bicara Seni, Discussions on Art, entitled Leonardo Logic's Lasting Lessons for Tomorrow. Now, this is an art talk held today in conjunction the Opera Omnia Leonardo exhibition, 15th of July to 15th August here at the National Art Gallery in Malaysia. Now, this year, as all of you know, ladies and gentlemen, marks the 500th anniversary of the passing of the genius himself, Leonardo da Vinci, the Renaissance man par excellence. Now, the National Art Gallery and the Italian Embassy here in Malaysia have invited all of you today to a one-day celebration in which leading experts will present the different facets of Leonardo's limitless search for knowledge spanning over many fields of science and art. Now, the event is planned to share, exchange, and extend views on the various streams of knowledge gained by the genius Leonardo da Vinci's intellectual heritage from 1452 to 1519. Now, we invite our local experts from different fields of interest, including anatomy, astronomy, botany, engineering, drama, literature, religious studies, architecture, music, mathematics, psychology, and art science history. And God knows what else Leonardo da Vinci was a master of. These discussions will focus on how much multi-field findings and emergent, speculative, exploratory, and curious fact and fiction inspired by the maestro today. Bicara Seni, today's event, will take place in our local national language, Bahasa Malaysia, English, and a sprinkling of the delight and melody that is the Italian language. So most of us will be very anxious to hear how beautiful Italian really sounds. Now, the Opera Omnia Leonardo exhibition at the National Art Gallery is currently receiving, as all of you also know, an overwhelming attendance. And on the 14th of Wednesday, one day before the closing date of the exhibition, today it'll be open till about 9 p.m. So, ladies and gentlemen, we implore and invite everyone to stay as long as you can. Let's take this moment to really, really experience the brilliance that it is worth. A few housekeeping rules before I proceed for today. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, more than anything else, please switch off your headphones, or at least have them on either silent or vibrate. Now, if you want to take pictures and upload to your favorite social media channel, Instagram, Facebook, and so forth, that's fine. Okay? But please have them on silent as a mark of respect and as a gesture of appreciation for the panel of speakers who will eventually come on stage later. I would also like to take this moment to inform you where the exits are. As you all know, The first exit is the one at the back of the hall, and there's another one on the left-hand side of the hall, which is the fire door on my left. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, which is probably the most important thing for today, we will have a session with a panel of speakers and a moderator on stage shortly. At this moment, we would like to take this opportunity to invite and urge members of the audience to be as engaging and as interactive with our speakers later. Let's take this moment to interrogate them as much as we can and learn and share with much of their expertise as possible. As the Latin phrase would go, let's carpe diem today. Okay? Am I saying that correctly? I hope I'm saying it correctly. Carpe diem? Seize the day in Latin, huh? Grazie. That's all the Italian I know. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'd like to invite Zanita Anwar, Director of Media and Art Development, to give us her welcoming speech at the National Art Gallery. A round of applause.
Terima kasih, Vishal. Thank you. I first must say thank you for everyone for waking up so early for this event. This is an honor for the National Art Gallery to have you as our guest today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. His Excellency Cristiano Majid Pinto, Ambassador of Italy to Malaysia, our esteemed professors, artists and art science practitioners, and enthusiasts, friends we see among the crowd here, Yue Shari, we have Morne of Morne Gallery, we have Ponzai of Yayasan Hasanah, and the colleagues from our Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture. We are indeed blessed that there are Malaysians and non-Malaysians, and that the whole world is watching how this nation celebrates Leonardo da Vinci. Welcome to this unique event, a one-day appreciation of Leonardo da Vinci. It is a cultural and intellectual legacy that we don't much talk about because it seems to be 500 years ago. But here with Opera Omnia, we should. Ladies and gentlemen, the exhibition Opera Omnia has been the talk of the town since it landed in Kuala Lumpur. Till today, we have had a total of 80,284 visitors. Ladies and gentlemen, that is since we opened from 15 July to the 15 August, so that's in the 30 days we've had that. And this year, we know that the passing of the great maestro is not in vain. The National Gallery and the Italian Embassy of Malaysia welcomed a full not 12 hours anymore, 13 hours, start from 8 o'clock, appreciation in which there will be leading experts among whom we know here from University of Nottingham, Monash University, Sunway University, University Malaya, UKM, University Science Malaysia also. And we have created a Bicara Seni that is beyond ourselves actually. We didn't know it was going to grow to be so big and so important to this point where we have 15 speakers all in one day. The event will share and exchange and extend views on this artist, scientist. We don't want to put one word on him. And the knowledge gained from this Leonardo da Vinci, who had lived from 1452 till 1519, is an intellectual heritage that Malaysians cannot deny. We are proud to present our local experts here, and the discussion will be led by three dynamic panel moderators, our thought leaders in our Art Science Initiative. Really, we have Dr. Clarissa Yahya, Dr. Clarissa Lee of Sunway, Dr. Roslyn Ismail of University Malaya, and Dr. Lakshmi Selvaratnam of Monash University. They deserve special mention. We will focus on multi-field logics. So why we use the word logics? Because logics, logos, they're symbols. They're symbols. And even in the Quran, they say to look at symbols and pictures. Tidakkah anda melihat? There's many times it's mentioned in the Quran. Emergence of speculative, exploratory, and these emergent questions we may ask today, I hope will not bore you, but it will actually be a platform on which more continuance of debate should occur, and generations to come shall actually be ever imbued with the light of what Leonardo had left us with. Today, the 14th, Wednesday, one day before the closing, we will have a rush of people coming in and out through those doors. Some will want to listen, some will leave, and I beg you to please understand there are visitors and we try to accommodate. We know that some people have taken the time to come all the way from different parts of Selangor. Actually, we have Professor Mohan from Hyderabad here. And Professor Mohan, I must mention you, from Nottingham University. And we've just known each other, but through his Nottingham University Business School, he was interested in the entrepreneurship, the art economics questions we were discussing the other day. He will impress upon the points of creativity and innovation and how the individual and the business person can advance himself. We are delighted also to have the performance of Jagannathan Ramachandran. Surely you will stay until 7 and you will see that he is presenting upstairs in the 3rd floor gallery. After that, we will have the kind Eliana giving us a 4:30 p.m. tour. This will be the last tour, macam last supper dia, the last tour of the Opera Omnia. And I thank you for that. Last but not least, I know I shouldn't speak so much, but I want everybody to relax, for what's important is the sharing, and the data that we have today will be shared further from what we know about Malay civilization by Ninot Aziz, what we will know of anatomy, what we'll know of advance in Islamic thinking will be shared today, we hope, by the good ambassador, that we will provide this to him, and this will be shared today, the content and unique data to the archives of the 500th anniversary of the celebration of Leonardo da Vinci's passing. And thank you again, the Italian Embassy, for such support. Your Excellency, I must invite you now. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us take this moment to give a round of applause and welcome His Excellency Cristiano Machipinto from the Italian Embassy here in Malaysia.
Good morning. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that I had to make you wake up so early today, but the problem is that at 9:15 I need to leave because I have to go to Putrajaya for a meeting at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and so I cannot enjoy your discussions and conversations later today. I think that this was a great idea to organize this seminar about the lasting lessons of Leonardo, and I would like to thank once more the National Gallery of Art of Malaysia, first of all, for cooperating with us in organizing this exhibition, which has been absolutely a great success. I was thinking to the numbers. Last year at the Caravaggio exhibition, we had around 8,000 visitors. This year we are having for Leonardo more than 80,000 visitors. So it means 10 times more. It's really a big success, and this is, I have to say, the result of the joint effort of the National Gallery of Art and of the Embassy of Italy. So I would like to thank also my collaborators, and Eliana, who is here in particular for this, because it means that there has been created a great exchange between us and the National Gallery of Art, which is mutually beneficial, and this is what at the end culture is all about, to improve the reciprocal knowledge between two countries and the culture of these two countries. So we celebrate, as we said this year, the 500th anniversary of the death of Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci died in France on May 2nd, 1519, after having traveled for all Italy, because he was born in a small village close to Florence. Then he went to Florence to study in the craftsman shop of Andrea Verrocchio, who was a very prominent artist and sculptor of the time. Then he went to Milan, then he went to Rome, he went back to Milan, and finally in his last years he went to France, thanks to the king of France of the time, who was a great admirer of Leonardo. And if you think of it, there can be a parallel between the fact that Leonardo physically traveled, and it was not easy to travel at the time. To go from Florence to Milan, probably it took much more time than going from Kuala Lumpur to Rome by plane at the time. So it was really difficult to travel. But as he traveled in space, he traveled with his mind too. So he decided not to study everything, because he was curious about everything. He was, from this point of view, the classical man of the Renaissance. He studied. He was an artist, first of all. But for him, art was a way of knowing the world, of looking at the world, of searching the world, of studying the world. Because if you see his paintings that are always landscapes, there are really very precise descriptions of flowers, trees, and so on. He is also a botanist sometimes in his paintings, and from there he decided to go further and to study. We have seen in this same exhibition the code of flight, which is the study of the way in which the birds fly, which was an essential study, because many of the intuition that have led after to the flight of planes are based on what Leonardo da Vinci found out 500 years ago. He didn't have the tools, the technical tools to fly, but he had the capability to envision how and for which reason the birds fly, and how this could be applied also to a mechanical flight from that could lead men into the air and space. So he studied anatomy. I remember that there was a fiction that probably you have seen. I think it was screened here with a French actor playing Philippe Leroy, playing Leonardo da Vinci. It was beginning of the 70s, and I saw him when I was a kid in the Italian TV. And what I remember is Leonardo going at night time, not really going himself, sending his assistants in the cemeteries in Florence and in Milan in order to take the bodies of people, because he wanted to study blood circulation, and he wanted to study how the human body was made, and his studies are essential for blood circulation and for many other, for anatomy, for physiology, and so on. So if at the end we can draw a lesson, in my opinion, the first and from my point of view most important lesson that we can draw from Leonardo is to be curious. Leonardo was essentially a curious man. He wanted to know everything. He knew that he could not, but he tried to do it. And in doing so, he was led by this great curiosity. And from this point of view, I think that the title of this seminar today, which refers to logic, is really fit. Because if you think of it, logica is a Latin word, and it comes from the Latin translation of Aristotle's work, which in Greek is called organon. And organon in Greek means instrument, means tool, means method. So the logic is just the method. And what Leonardo has taught us is that the greatest method in the world is curiosity. If you are curious, you are on the way to knowledge. To put it in another way, one of the greatest mathematician of all times, Carl Friedrich Gauss, a German who lived in the first half of the 19th century, said once, ask an impertinent question. You will always be on the way to the pertinent answer. And Leonardo did exactly that. He asked himself all the possible impertinent questions. And thanks to that, he was always able to be on the way of the pertinent answers. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another round of applause and wish His Excellency Grazie for his welcoming speech. At this point, I'd like to initiate the first panel for today, but before we do, I would like to invite all the speakers and the moderator to come on stage for the presenting of a catalog souvenir and to take a photo. So can I please have the following people on stage? Dr. Clarissa Ailing from Sunway University, Dr. Daniel Loy Huisiang from Purpose, Ms. Wendy Teo Atelier, Mr. Ho Yi Jian from Sunway University, and Mr. Jun On, an artist. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause. Can I also have Professor Mohan and Nina Aziz to come on stage too? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'd like to take this moment to remind you that clapping is allowed in the hall, and you can clap as much as you like. There's no restriction. So let's give them another round of enthusiastic applause. Please stand in the middle of the stage. We are going to present a souvenir and, of course, the very important photo opportunity. So give us your best smile. Okay, don't be shy. Go in front of the chair. Don't be shy. Yes. Because the focus are you guys, not the chairs. So please come in front. Don't be shy. I think they can sit down. It's no problem, right? Please have a seat here. Please have a seat. Can we also have Dr. Mumtaz on stage? Mumtaz is a very beautiful word, isn't it? It means chosen one in Persian and Urdu. Okay. Okay, so please don't be shy. Ladies, please have a seat. Mr. Mumtaz, please have a seat. At the end, yes, at the end. Please have a seat. And of course, you need to show that you are just as pretty as the Mona Lisa, if not more. So give us your best smile. Okay? Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be here all day to make sure that the photo is correct in pursuit of perfection. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. May we have the presentation of the catalog as well? Okay. Hold on a second. Thank you very much. May I have the initial 5 guests to remain on stage? Thank you. Sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 people on stage at the moment. Oh, okay. Okay. So, may I have the 4 speakers to please return to your seats, and we will call you back on stage when the name is pressed. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, at this point, I'd like to invite Dr. Clarissa Ailing from Sunway University to head the following session. Let's give her a round of applause and let's enjoy what's about to come.
Selamat pagi semua. Selamat sejahtera. Terima kasih kerana sudi menghadiri panel pada awal pagi yang agak